We murdered 500,000 babies in that 8-year span of time. Like, where did it come from? Nobody's really clear. Next thing you know, we do the first war against Iraq. About 185,000 Iraqis die, and then we impose the most brutal sanctions in human history on Iraq. We cut off their food, and we cut off their medicine for 12 years. 100,000 Iraqis die per year. By the end of the Clinton administration, the first 8 years of these brutal sanctions, 800,000 people were dead. The UN estimated that of the 800,000 Iraqis that had starved to death or died because of lack of medicine, 500,000, 500,000, were age 5 and under. We murdered 500,000 babies in that 8-year span of time. Over the next 4 years, we kill another 100,000 a year until there's Iraq War II in 2003. And at that point, from that point on, from 2003 until we withdraw, we killed another 1.3 to 2 million Iraqis. In other words, over the course of the last 20, or the course of that 21 years, basically from 1991 to 2011, we killed about 3 million Iraqis.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
Mr. Bush, when are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. My friends are dead. Joshua Castile. You killed people. You lied. You lied about WMD. 1 million Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied!
I will focus on one case, the role of Israel and the lobby in the run-up to the Iraq War. The Israeli public was also solidly behind the war, according to a February 2003 poll. That's 1 month before the war started. 77.5% of Israelis said that they wanted the United States to attack Iraq. The Israelis enthusiastically embraced the idea of invading Iraq. Thus, between early 2002 and March 2003, the Israelis put significant pressure on the Bush administration to make sure it chose war over diplomacy with Iraq. Turning now to the lobby, there is no question that the neoconservatives, one of the core constituencies in the lobby, were the main driving force behind the war. But they were supported by key organizations in the lobby, like AIPAC.
So what really explains Israel's privileged position? In our view, it's primarily due to the Israel lobby. The lobby is a loose coalition of groups and individuals that works openly to influence American foreign policy in a pro-Israel direction. Final point here, the lobby is not synonymous with Jewish Americans. Many Jewish Americans don't support the lobby's positions, and groups like the so-called Christian Zionists aren't Jewish. The lobby is defined by its political agenda, not by ethnicity or religion. Now, of course, it's not just AIPAC, but it's also a number of other groups and individuals, including, as I've mentioned, a subset of the Christian evangelical movement. But even so, various pro-Israel watchdog groups monitor media coverage, organize boycotts and demonstrations against news agencies that publish or broadcast anything critical of Israel. And there's numerous examples of this taking place. Finally, last but not least, efforts to stifle criticism often include smearing critics by accusing them of being anti-Semitic. Pro-Israel groups use these smear tactics for three main reasons. First, to distract people from the real issue, which is American policy. Second, to deter people from criticizing Israel or criticizing the lobby itself. No sensible person wants to be labeled an anti-Semite, so some people just keep quiet. And finally, this tactic marginalizes people in the public arena.